All right, we call to order the village board meeting dated Wednesday, March 8th, 2023. Present time is 6:36 PM. Roll call.
Yeah, I almost said supervisor. Trustee Moonen,
Present.
trustee Quinn,
Here.
trustee Beal. Here. Administrator Nicholas,
Here.
clerk Capazzo Catch to record the minutes. We also have DPW Director Joe DiStefano present and in the audience. And President Osterman and trustee Plotecker are both absent and excused.
All right, we'll stand for pledge allegiance. Moment of silence. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 3, citizens' comments. Anyone present, please step to the podium. No one's present. No comments. Anyone on Zoom?
No one's on Zoom.
No one's on Zoom. Last call. Moving on to item 4, approval of meeting minutes dated February 13th, 2023. This is the inaugural village board meeting minutes. Any questions, comments? Looking for a motion.
I make a motion, we approve as presented.
I will second.
Motion by trustee Beal and seconded. And any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries 3-0. All right, moving on to item 5, accounts payable. Authorized payment of Falls Auto Parts bills in the amount of $952.14.
I make a motion so to accept.
Motion made by trustee Beal, didn't fall through that one.
I will second.
Seconded by trustee Quinn. Just gotta say it fully. Any discussion on the matter?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed, 3-0. Authorized payment of remaining bills in the amount of $346,502.54.
Our top 5 expenses are $80,503.38 for US Bank Corporation Payment Systems, $69,015.54 for Waukesha County Treasurer, $46,762.34 for Premier Building Inspections, $31,456.94 for Emergency Disaster Recovery, and $25,099 for North Central Ambulance Sales. I ask for your approval.
Thank you. Anyone have questions on that?
I just have one quick question. How do we calculate mileage reimbursements? Just curious.
It is the federal mileage rate times the exact mileage used.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Looking for a motion?
I'll make a motion to authorize payment of the remaining bills in the amount of $346,502.54.
Motion made by trustee Quinn. Seconded by
I second.
trustee Beal. Any discussion?
Yes, I have a quick question. I see on Roth in is it both or five?
Both.
Oh, okay. That there are several reimbursements and those we get. When do you send those out? Did you send those out already?
So are you talking about the,
Like the Pizza Ranch, the chicken?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Is
we-
that, but does that come out of,
it comes out of so we pay both. And it's a line item if it's ours, or if it's a line item if it's an AR. And so a reimbursable expense. And so then we pay the full bill and then we bill each one of them
Okay.
their amounts.
okay, that's what and how long after this is okay? Do you have to okay this and then you send it out? Or do you
No.
send out the bill right away or?
We send out the bill once a month by
Okay,
the first of every month.
okay,
So if we get a bill from both in between this meeting and our next meeting, but it's before the first, she'll get it out. Jasmine will get out
Okay, the same thing as with like Kunkel and stuff. Okay.
That's correct.
Now, when it says non-reversible, but it doesn't say like engineering, obviously that's our cost. The paving program is our cost. A consulting fees. Is that our cost
Mhm.
or does that reimbursable?
Now you're talking about
I'm sorry, I'm talking about Kunkel.
Kunkel's.
Yeah, because it says engineering. The first one and paving
Yeah.
program, the non-reimbursable. Why are those non-reimbursable? Why are
Those-
they labeled
those-
that?
Those are our charges. So
Right.
we don't
Right,
ask for somebody to reimburse us
Except-
for it.
but the first two, we still pay, correct?
We pay all of them and then we ask somebody to pay us back.
Well, tell me in that one though, who pays back something?
So the TID pays back, pays for
Right.
the one that says TID. Paving
Right.
program is us.
Right,
The engineer non-reimbursements, the salt shed and the external repair, fire
Oh.
department, external repairs, that's us.
okay,
Consultant was for Vermeer, that's them. The Sharp
excuse me, but let me
Swim
back up, the veneer? What is it?
Vermeer,
Okay,
consultant,
okay,
$900.
okay,
That gets billed out. Sharp Pond, that gets billed out for $500. Miscellaneous engineering
okay,
is non-reimbursable. That doesn't get paid, we have to pay
Right.
for that.
right,
MS4, we pay for that, and
Correct.
anything in the Business Park East,
Right.
the TID pays for.
and I'm sorry, what is the S for again?
Stormwater.
Pardon me?
Stormwater,
Stormwater.
Stormwater, okay. That's fine, I have no problem.
motion made by Quinn, seconded by Beal. Discussion's been made. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and all opposed? None opposed, 3-0. Authorize the payments of the utility district bills in the amount of $23,623.77. Administrator Nicholas.
You have a check register in front of you
Mhm.
that states what bills are paid for out of the utility fund. We're asking for your approval.
Okay, I make a motion, we approve the 23,623.77.
Motion made by Beal. I'll second. Any discussion?
Yes, I had to go to Mike's office to sign these. Okay, now, after Mike is no longer working for us, I still have to come in here because we have to have two signatures?
Okay.
Or because
so-
it's a town, or the village, we don't?
Okay, so, the only reason, we haven't gotten the bank account switched.
Mhm.
That's why you had to sign them for this last one,
Right,
but the next ones you won't have to sign.
Okay.
It'll go through the regular, just like all other,
process, okay,
processing.
that's, I just want to make sure, okay.
We just have to transfer that bank account into our name, and so it takes a little while to get our numbers as a village. before we can do that.
When is the sewer, when do they give you the money that they have in their accounts?
As soon as I change it to our names.
Okay, so as soon as the bank is stuff. Is
Yep.
the,
Once I write the letter to the bank, it'll become ours.
could you
Just
let
like
me know
transfer.
when you're doing that?
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
thank you, appreciate it.
All right, motion's been made by Beal and I seconded, and discussion's been made. All in favor of approving the bills Aye. and opposed? None opposed, motion 3-0. Moving on to announcements and correspondence. Public Works Committee, Wednesday, 3/22/2023 at 5:30?
5
Is it 5?
5.
That'll be at the Richard Young Fire Station. Following that is a joint public hearing and plan commission. Same date, 6:30 PM at the Richard Young Fire Station. Parks Committee is meeting Wednesday, 4/12/23 at 5 PM here at Village Hall. Next village board meeting will be Wednesday, 4/12/2023 at 6:30 PM. Any other notice meetings?
Other than I was gonna put it's in my report, but the fire commission set a meeting for March 21st.
Do you know what time that is?
I don't, I'm guessing 6:30. And it'll be here. At Town Hall, or Village Hall, sorry.
All right. Anyone else to report anything? Administrators report.
All right, so we've been setting up the committee and trying to get them organized for their first meetings. All the wells have been abandoned at Business Park East, and we have reported them to the DNR, so we won't have to do that paperwork any longer. Last quarter, our credit card reimbursement was $5,000. We are now paying our waste management on the credit card, which is what's giving us a better return for our, our percentage back. This required me to increase the credit card amount to 180,000. I said I was going to come up and let you guys know if I ever changed the amount. But with the waste management, we needed the buffer to be able to, because that's $50,000, around 40 something. So we received a call from the Village of Merton to share crack filling of Ainsworth Drive between the town and the Village of Merton and ourselves. After speaking with the DPW director, this fits into our crack filling budget. So we're going to move forward on that and work together. Reminder that the Easter event is April 1st, and that it'd be nice to have some of our board members there. Perfect time to get yourself some signatures if it's too late.
Too late.
Too late. I'm on vacation, and Jasmine and Elisa are both working the office. The office is actually open that day for in-office absentees due to the fact that we had to, the ballots can't go out and can't have in-office absentee processing at the same time for a full 2 weeks. We have, I just wanted to update you that the flock cameras are still not installed. I just double checked on that. They're working on permitting. I've requested Judge Kay to come and speak with the board at the next meeting. Joe O and Jody and I met with the Village of Merton to look at their office furniture to purchase. They purchased all new office furniture, file cabinets, chairs, everything, conference table with their new building, and they're going to be in their new building by April 1st. So they wanted see if we were interested in the furniture and stuff, and we were, we are. So we are going to put 2 new cubes in the office, one for Jasmine and one for Lisa. We're going to have more file cabinets put in there. And then we also gained some rolling chairs for the Plan Commission at the fire station. Then also we have a desk for Mike for parks. So that's all coming out of there. We're going to take the table. Right now we have no use for it. It's a huge conference table. It'd be a shame to turn it over to somebody else. Joe O thought it would be good for us just to go ahead and take that as well. And so the guys are going to come over on the 15th. On the 15th, that's a Saturday. Oh, the 14th, that's a Friday. Start moving things from Merton into this area. And then on that Saturday, we're going to work on the office and get the 2 office cubicles on. Then Monday, I have the computer people coming and resetting up all the computers. So all that will be done in April 14th and 15th.
Are we getting that for free or are they charging us for it?
$500
For all of that?
for all of it.
Oh, wow.
And they said, instead of us paying a check for $500, they said, just make a note on their plowing bill and just reduce it by $500.
Oh,
But
wow.
make a note of it. So,
Wow, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
so yeah, the chairs themselves, just 2 chairs would be over $500 if we bought them ourselves. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was definitely worth it. And the conference table is huge. If we didn't have to sit like this, we could all sit at that conference table, because that's what they used for their plan commission and board.
Where are you gonna store it?
So, we haven't figured that out yet. I haven't talked to Joe about that yet.
Joe's garage, you know.
It is a very nice, yeah.
Wow.
It's a huge table. It's module so that it comes apart. So it's, it'll be easier to store than one huge one.
Wow.
Right now, we have storage over for other parts of office equipment over at the fire station.
Sure.
So we'll look into that area, but we don't have any area here. We did have a water leak this, during the last rain, filled up the bathroom pretty well.
Wow.
And here,
Wow.
and, we had, it was just, and it wasn't dripping, it was pouring down in the bathroom. Public Works came over and did a nice job stopping that up and getting on the roof and getting it, cleaned up and patched. The water moving off the roof, so it wasn't sitting like a pool up there. So we have no place to put any storage. We have no storage here at all. So this room here is filled with the chairs that are here and the furnace and the electrical panel. And so all our guts are in that little room right there. So, we will be receiving an upgrade to our alarm system here at Village Hall. Cost is $1,000, $1,059. Currently, we are not communicating with our alarm system because we're still 3G. And they must have just noticed that they weren't getting any notifications from us, when they ping back. So they sent us a quote for $1,059 to get our system back up and communicating our alarm system. So we'll be doing that. At both fire stations, I wasn't aware, but then I got word that our pumps weren't working. So both fire stations' pumps were not working to be able to fill the tankers. And we were buying water from Sussex. And so we did have them inspected this week, Monday, they came in, waiting for a quote for the repairs. It's kind of an interesting pump because it's inside the where the water's stored. So they have to actually drain the tanks and then go down into the tank to see what the problem is. So it's kind of an ordeal, and it's hard to find plumbers that are willing to go in that confined area. So I'll be bringing that back to you. I'm guessing it's not going to be a inexpensive repair, but it could surprise me.
It's
Rest-
not going to be inexpensive.
I don't know.
Oh.
I wouldn't think so, but we
Okay.
never know. The restoration work at the fire station is almost complete. The portion that is complete has been paid. That was in the payments today. We did receive that full amount minus our $1,000 deductible from the insurance company as well. So we were only out
good.
$1,000. They are working with the insurance company to do a little bit more work there, and we told them they had to get it approved by the insurance company before we did anything
Does that
more.
$1,000 then come out of the village's money or the fire station's money?
Well, it'll come out, it's coming out of the fire station's building maintenance,
Really? Okay.
just as this $1,059 is coming out of the town hall building maintenance.
Okay.
So, I attended a WCMA conference last week. There is the fire commission meeting on the 21st. Plan commission has Vermeer attitude dance on this next agenda. And the staff is continuing to work on updating everything from town to village. Seasonal weight limits will start March 17th. They'll last about 3 weeks. We continue to have drainage issues on the property on Plainview, constant concerns about that. So I have the engineer taking a look at the agreement we have with the property next door that water is running from. My understanding from Mitch today was that the county doesn't want the pond built where the drainage water is supposed to go until after the building is done. And we're having a problem that all the runoff is coming and going onto the property next door. So we're gonna try to get that. I have him talking to the county to see if we can get, move forward on that beforehand and to also get an idea of when this project's gonna be over, because it's a house and a barn. If the exterior is in, we should be able to get that, that pond in. Jasmine created a bunch of new forms for donation parks and benches, volunteer release forms. And the volunteer release form was approved by the attorney. We have a vendor form for our community festival now. A summons and complaint for a lawsuit between Lane Sharpley and Lisbon was received, and that has been turned into the insurance company today. The issue is that the Plan Commission turned down their in-ground pool, which was already built without Lisbon permit. And they built it without a fence, which Plan Commission believes needs to be, our code says that it needs to, all pools need to be surrounded by a fence, but Mr. Sharpley considers it a pond and feels he does not need to have a fence. So that's,
Is that the gentleman that was here?
No, Sharp, not Sharply.
Okay.
oh, Sharp, sorry.
It's a concrete in-ground pool he's calling a pond.
It's pond shaped with a liner. That is, it's huge. I can't remember how many feet deep it is. 12 feet deep. No fence around it, like 20 feet from other people's lot lines. You know, so
And where is this? one?
it's a liability for us. Do you remember the property?
Thousand Oak.
That was an oak.
Yeah.
Over by,
Maybe
like,
that's
by that
Yes.
last section.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Howard at Hazelwood
Oh,
Way.
then it's on Howard's Pass.
And Howard's,
So,
it's on
uh,
Howard's Pass?
yep. So, the insurance company will tell us what our next steps are, and I will move that forward to you guys as soon as we
Oh.
hear.
He's kind of like back on the,
So that's all I have for today's report. I know it took the longest part of the meeting, so I apologize for that.
Any questions on administrator's report? Go
I have one question, actually.
ahead.
You had mentioned on the town credit card that you were upping the limits, we could get the points on there.
Well, it's not points, it's, we have a credit card through, it's a P card through the county. It goes, it's like a county contract.
Yeah.
So all the municipalities can jump on it. So we get a percentage back
Oh, okay. good.
quarterly for whatever we spend. And so that's what the $5,000 was, is that was last quarter. We got $5,000 more. So if we wouldn't be using the credit card, we wouldn't have had the 5,000.
Got it.
Wow.
Okay,
So
that's
it's-
great.
And didn't you say you were using that to pay
Waste management.
and they will let us put
Yep.
that on there? Wow.
We're working on getting, Lisa's working on getting, We Energies on there. Because that's a huge bill for us as well. And so they do, We Energies does charge, but their amount that they charge is less than we gain. So it's like, they'll charge us, it'll cost us like $100, but we'll get $900 back.
Right.
So it's worth it.
I would say so. Okay, thank you.
Natasha did a good job of reviewing that for us.
Okay.
All right, next item is trustees report. Elected officials may report on topics from their respective committees. No action will be taken.
Anything?
Nothing
Paul?
yet. Nope, nothing yet.
I have nothing.
All right, new business discussion and necessary action regarding the 2023 compost site grinding contract.
All right, what was submitted to you, I threw a little wrench into that plan. Hopefully you got the email from Melissa with an updated quote. So I would change my recommendation to use that updated quote we received on Friday of last week.
We
We've
have something
used,
in the packet on it.
we've used,
And 5. Intercon?
yeah.
Intercon dated 2/22/23.
And so he has a quote in the bid, the original, and this is not a sealed bid. This is just me reaching out to these guys like I do every year. I just work with a couple. Enercon is who we've used actually for the last couple of years and we love working with them. It's just, I received a price that was a bit cheaper. He didn't want to lose the work, so he was willing to come down on his price. And
Wow. Oh,
his machine is a little different than the other guy that had the low price, so his machine's on tracks. It's huge. I mean, when I say on tracks, but it's like the size of this room, because it's grinding the wood that we have, it's massive trees. So what his machine does on tracks is we're sitting there loading it and we chip into the pile, all of a sudden the pile, it's getting further away. His machine on tracks just moves right up against the pile. As we're working, he's a remote control, not even in it, sitting in a truck. He
Wow.
can drive this huge machine, but by remote control. So he can just keep working it forward and we are so efficient. Where the other guy is actually, it's a semi trailer. So you'd have to kind of slow stop the operation, hook up a semi truck to the trailer, re-jockey it over. With this Enercon, he's on tracks. He literally just works with us as we go and we never slow down. We just can rip. We'll knock the whole pile out of the compost site in probably 2 to 3 days.
Oh,
So
my gosh.
it's pretty neat to see if you're ever able to just swing by, when it's running, it's kind of cool. Becky's always been able to hear it run, because she's been across the street for all these years. But anyway, so I'll recommend going with Enercon at 10,500. You'll see in the note where I say 12,500, it says include their excavator. So that would have meant Buckland's would have brought an excavator down. But historically, we've always used our machines for that. So to save the $2,000 and we just put our machine up there, we'll go quicker. We'll probably save a day on, staff being up there just because we'll go a little quicker. So then we can get on other projects. So, like I said, it wasn't a sealed bid, so there's no legal matter here. This is just me getting this, and I communicate with all these guys. Once we know what we approve, I'm very transparent that way, so they know what we did. I don't just let them hang. I've actually gotten a lot of respect for that over the years, that if we don't go with somebody, I just tell them what we did and why and what we paid, and they're, oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, I've built a lot of relationships that way, just because you're not never telling them what you did and just going with somebody else and saying, no, here's why we did it. And this is
Good
what
for
we
you.
paid.
What did
So-
we pay last year? What did we pay them last year? Do you remember?
We were up 15,000 area. it was. I
Really?
looked at the notes, yeah. The
Wow.
pile, so just so you guys kind of know what we're doing, we're at the new site now.
Mhm.
We're gonna grind all that right now. Then in April, we'll bring brush pickup in. I'm actually gonna haul that into the old site. Hannon Dolan isn't creeping into there yet, so he's letting us use that for another year. So it's gonna work out nice. I'm gonna put it in there. With this paying 10.5 and a budget of 18, we have some room to grind in summer then. So what I'll do is bring them back and it'll be a 1-day grind, a smaller amount. We'll just grind as much as we can in sometime in summer, and then we'll grind the brush pickup at the old site, and then next year we'll do this all over
Do
again.
people have to go to the old site then?
No,
to pick up stuff?
it's closed. It's just we
Okay.
only have access to
Okay.
it for our storage purposes.
Gotcha.
That way it keeps the material down at the new site and residents aren't driving around all these massive piles. It just keeps it a little cleaner.
I'm-
You're gonna have them come in twice, is that gonna keep you on the budget and $10,000 for both days?
No, 10,500 is for this first time, but it's for 2 to 3 days, whatever it takes. That's gonna be, everything at the new site will be ground for 10,500. Then all sites will be empty temporarily until we get to April, mid-April, when we do brush pickup. Then the old site will start to get filled back up. And we'll have $7,500 roughly remaining in there. So we'll utilize that money later in the year to just grind as much as we can at the
Sure.
old site with the brush pickup we pick up here in April.
You think the 7,500 will cover it?
It'll be close. I mean, I'll probably just bring some now at the Public Works Committee, we'll do a time and material, maybe he's $600 an hour, so we can kind of see where we get to. I mean, we'd probably get close to getting it done in a day or a day and a half, and so. And then whatever's left over is no big deal. It's just, we have the funds this year, instead of going to you next year and saying, well, I need $25,000 or $30,000. If we have the money, let's offset some of the costs for next year and just grind what we can this year since there's funds available, I guess is what I'm getting at. So I think that'll work out okay. And throw a little bone to Sussex. We do work very well with them on our level, actually. And he's letting me use his loader, which I normally rent the loader, so that'd be about $2,000. He's letting me use his loader at no charge, but we do help them with their brush pickup in fall, you know, so we're supplying a machine with a guy and then we trade guys and we have a great working relationship that way, but he had mentioned it, so he reached out to me, said, I don't want to overstep, and I said, but were you willing to let us use your loader for a day or two? He said, yeah, no problem, so that'll save us some money and actually be able to stretch out the grinding.
Good,
Sounds like a win.
yeah.
So yeah, my recommendation then would be to go with Enercon for 10,500.
I'll make a motion for the 10,500 to Enercon to complete the work as proposed,
Not to exceed.
not to exceed.
I second.
Motion made by Moon, seconded by Beal. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No opposed, carries 3-0. Item 10, adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that one.
Motion by Beal, seconded by Quinn. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. And opposed, none opposed. 3-0, 7:07 PM.
Oh.